All right, so I'm back again for another episode of Papa's Voice. Today I have a very special guest to me, just like my first guest. My last two guests have been really good, honestly. Today I got my man Twin, aka Pat, or Pat, aka Twin. Right? Appreciate you, Brett, for doing this drink for me, man. If I could tell y'all, man, I've known Pat, man. I haven't known him as long as Nico, but I've known him for maybe like 20 years now. I feel like, well, no, it's actually 17 years since 2009, since 2008, 2009, since we started Game Over. And Pat was actually the manager of the band. And again, soon as I connected with him, boom, instant hit it off, you know what I'm saying? And even over the years, as I've broken ties with other people, you know what I'm saying? I've always kept in contact with him. Really good dude, man. Always been about his business. Like one of the guys that I interviewed that are like really good fathers that have been fathers for a really long time, and I actually like take a lot of their blueprint from them, like the things that they do and how they talk. So again, bro, I appreciate it, bro, because I admire what you've been doing for. How old is your son now?
My oldest is 14. My
Oh,
youngest is 12.
okay, so two kids, man. Your oldest is 14 and your youngest is 12, man. So if you had to just speak something positive about them off the rip, like, look, I need the world to know this about my sons, man. Both of them.
Man, they doing much better than what I was doing when I was their age, and I think that's contribute to the fact that I'm in their life.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, I didn't have that that luxury with my father.
Oh, your father wasn't there when you was growing up.
Nah.
So what did you get a role model from to be that present? Like if you didn't see no one be that present, what made you want to be that present?
To be honest with you, I wouldn't even say like I actually had like a role model or anything like that. I would say like my grandfather was a huge inspiration as far as just being a
That's all good, my
man.
man.
Um, uh, as far as being a man and stuff like that, and taking care of your responsibilities and stuff like that. But I wouldn't say that I saw somebody maybe like my peers like
Hmm.
seeing their fathers at school and
Hmm.
so forth. But outside of that, I'm really winging it as a father.
Man, I think that's the big thing, dog. And I think a lot of us fathers just wing it, especially us, even the ones that have had male figures. But a lot of us that I've learned are just like winging it. But some way somehow we all end up down the same path or whatever, man. And it's like we all just I think just find like foundation to stand on, and then we try to build around that, man. Um, so right now, right, like what is the current situation with your kids? Like how often do you see them? You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a little rough right now, or can be better, or it's exactly where it should be.
My relationship with the boys are great.
Okay, is that because you
Cause
see them often, or
yeah, I see them often. I talk to them often. I just got back from a deployment.
in the military?
Nah. I deal with natural disasters, so I get sent out, state to state or U.S. territories that was affected by natural disasters.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah, so when I'm home, me and the mom, we rotate everything back because we got joint and physical custody together.
okay. And for
But
those that don't know what joint or physical custody is, you want to tell them because there are some people who don't understand the terminology.
just that we both have equal rights to basically having the children in each other household,
Okay,
and we both have to agree upon, any the choices and decision that's made on the welfare of our children. So
got it,
that's
got it.
like anything health wise, school wise, relocation wise,
Okay,
yeah,
so she will have to run some of those things through you.
yeah, and
If
vice
she plan on,
versa,
okay, I
yeah, and
got you.
vice
And vice
versa.
versa. I got you. I got you. And you said your relationship is like, is it strong right now, or
With the boys,
yeah,
or
with the boys?
yeah. I'm outside them just being broke, still, you
Yo,
know,
you the second person called their kid broke, man.
you know. I'm like,
Man, like, are you really close with your sons? Like, do y'all have that strong, or do they just see you as the guy that comes around?
they bet not. Shit. Fuck.
Hey, all that motherfucking work I do for y'all, all that work I do for y'all,
Uh,
gonna see me as a dollar?
nah. Honestly, like especially with my oldest son, he's his first year in high school.
Oh, so you 15.
Well, he'll
Okay.
be 15. He'll be 15 in July.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he's in the ninth grade. And I mean, even like the whole transition with us, preparing him for high school, trying to, get him to, figure out what high school he wanted to go to. It was always like, hey, Dad, what you think about this? Or I want to run this past you. So outside of, just like I guess the financial part of things, saying like I guess they trust me enough to basically, they come to me, and ask me, how they feel and, what in my opinion or expertise on,
They,
in my opinion or expertise
they,
on.
and your youngest one do that?
Yeah, my youngest one, yeah, but he's just, he's really the brokest one.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
But, so when you say he really the brokest one, that means he asks for the most money.
Yeah, he asked for everything. It's not just money.
Oh,
Yeah, he's the one who wants the seafood balls,
come on now. Come on now.
He don't want peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and stuff like
Man,
that.
that's coming from you. You spoiled him, man.
Nah, man.
Man, I don't think you think he TikTok that seafood boy, or you think he seen his dad, and then his dad had a seafood boy. He's like, you know what? Maybe I'm entitled to a boil of sea as well. You ever thought about that, man? You probably it all came from you, man. So with that, I mean, but it does sound like you and your kids are like really close, and the fact that y'all communicate, man, I think it's really important that young men communicate often with both parents or whatever, dog. I kind of feel like girls need, and maybe because I'm biased that I got girls, but I kind of feel like girls need more of a male's voice, where the boys, just to regulate their emotions, they need both. So the fact that, your kids can talk to you, bro, that's kind of amazing, man. And what would you say the relationship is like with the kid's mom? Like, do you all talk at all? Are you guys on, better terms than normal? Like, hey, we can have a 5-minute conversation, we can have an hour conversation, or is it just like strictly business?
No, we can have a conversation, especially when it pertains to the boys and stuff like that. I think, with having kids, I think that's important. Sometimes you gotta, sometimes I feel like I may play the role of being a bigger person or letting things slide just for the sake of, keeping that cohesive relationship together. But, nonetheless, we got a good rapport.
Look, that's good. Most guys don't have good rapports with the kid's mom, man. So that means a lot right there. Now the question is she the mature one or are you the mature one?
Nah, I'm the mature one.
Okay.
But and I will also say that it wasn't always like that, because we was also married,
Oh.
so
Oh, y'all was married.
yeah.
Oh, we probably should have started with that. So this not even like a baby mother situation. Y'all actually like tried to build something.
Yeah. I
Damn.
got married and then got divorced, and
Damn. So, shit, bro. First of all, man, congratulations on even finding somebody to marry, man. I always commend every man. Hey, I don't know how. Hey, don't know how it's gonna end, but hey, you got to the finish line, okay?
Right.
Or at least you tried to get there. You ran the race.
Try
all
to
right?
get there.
So what do you think was the moment or the specific thing that severed your marriage with your kid's mom? The one thing that was just like, you know what? Well, let me go and file these papers, bro.
I think I would say for me, like, I don't have like a lot of patience when it comes down to dealing with other adults and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
Like you just like more like straight to the point. Businesses need to get done first. Get to it. Or
yeah.
Or do you like? Are you the complete opposite? It's like, all right, you take everything too serious, and that ain't me, and I just can't deal with it. Because it's both, it's two sides of the same coin.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, for me, like, when it comes down to taking care of business and keeping things afloat, what I'm saying, I'm kind of solid with that. So yeah, but that really wasn't like the reason why I decided to get divorced. I just think that one, I got married at a super young age, and I got married right after like a month after my son was born. And
Did you get married because of the son, or was that already in the works?
no, I didn't marry my son. I
Did
married
you
his
get
mother.
married because of the son,
You kn-
or was it already in the works? I don't think I stumbled over that the first time.
Nah, I'm not gonna say it was because of my son, but what I will say is, and it's probably like another episode, but I feel like that, my upbringing, not having a father and not really having that family household was I wanted to be better for my son.
Hmm.
Um, and honestly, like, man, I went through so much before I even became a father and stuff like that. I was like, I really didn't have really much that I felt like I was losing, getting married and stuff like that. So
Do you feel like you lost a lot? Now it's over.
now that it's over with,
Yeah, I mean, I be be honest. Like, hey, that shit
uh,
wasn't for me, man. I feel like I took a bigger L than my partner. I feel
to be honest with you, I wouldn't say that I took a L. Maybe in that moment,
mm-hmm.
I felt like I took a L. But as far as like the experience
Mm-hmm.
and who I am today, saying I gotta basically get that chapter in my life some form of glory and stuff like that, because I wouldn't even be probably the father or the man that saying that I am today,
Mm-hmm.
if it wasn't for that.
No, I got you. I got you. What's your biggest pet peeve about the mom? Stop this. And it's
uh,
different for every male. Like it's different. We all got different personalities. Sometimes we come across the same things, but you know, I mean, I think for me, I think my biggest pet peeve about my kids' moms is like her her victimhood, man. It's like she doesn't see a problem as something that needs to be solved. She sees it as it's happening to her.
hmm
That's my biggest pet peeve because regardless, we got to get through the fucking problem.
right.
Like, and I got a saying that if you say you're a victim, you're gonna always be a victim as long as you're a victim. As
Yeah.
long as you think you're a victim, you're a victim.
I honestly, I would say like I would say for me
Mm-hmm.
that my biggest pet peeve was, and this is just not a her thing. I think this is just like anybody that that's in my life that I care about.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, like if I put you on game or tell you like, hey, like, man, don't do this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not gonna be a good look. And then you like, I'm gonna do it anyway. And
And I'm the
and,
one that got to clean it up.
and then you come back to me and be like, man, I wish I would have listened to you. But by the way, I need you to fix this for me and stuff
Oh
like
God.
that. And so, and that's what I meant by earlier by like I don't really have like a lot of patience when it comes down to dealing with adults and stuff like
No, I
that,
got you. I got you.
because it's like um, we all have the ability to basically make choices and decisions based on what we feel comfortable doing and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and granted, one of the biggest things on side note today is like, man, I had to learn that you got sometimes you gotta let people take their L's. You can't basically mimic God.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
What do you
Like
mean by
you
that?
try to, like try to save people.
Mm.
Saying save people from their own
Boy,
demise,
I did
save them
not
from
see
their
that
own
landing like that. Okay.
save them from their own destruction and stuff like that. And I
Okay.
think a lot of times, especially with, I mean, you got two versions of hurt people. You got hurt people who basically, man, don't want to see other people be hurt, and you got hurt people that become villains.
Mm.
You know, and
Okay. Yeah. No, that's a fact, man.
I saying I truly had to learn, like, man, the hard way a lot of times. Not even just with being a husband or a baby father,
Mm-hmm.
but even as a brother. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Uh, Sometimes you just gotta let people take their L's and
Mm-hmm.
learn from it. And although it may, you visually seeing it will hurt, it's going to hurt you because you don't want to see them in those spaces or places where like, damn, it could have been avoided. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And it definitely don't make it better when they can run it back to you and tell you like, man, hey, man, I wish I would have listened to you, bruh. And it's like at the end of the day, it sounds good, but it's just like, man, like it's always a little too late.
Man, and again, man, it's your kid's mom, you know. So
Yeah,
unfortunately, man, you know, until I guess the rope runs out, unfortunately, you gotta answer. So that I mean, you gotta answer. You gotta be there as much as possible, man. You know what I'm saying? I know that would blow the hell out of me, for sure. Like,
yeah.
just hear that shit, I'm like, man, I gotta deal with that for how long? So I mean, that's her thing, but you know, if you can change something about yourself that you did, cause you know we all fucked up some way. We all did our own little shit that contributed to it. What would you change? Cause I'm pretty sure you fucked up something. You can't sit right and say that you was batting 1,000. So
Man,
be honest, off the rip. Don't even go into no soliloquy. Look, I did this and I should have fixed it. Boom.
man, me personally, man, pride, ego, and shit.
Yo, so you feel like you had too much ego dealing with her?
Yeah,
Were you trying to constantly like prove her wrong, or
nah. It was just like, man, once I was fed up, it was just like, man, like the light switched off and stuff like that. Cause it's
and you
like,
didn't
man,
end it right there? Did you end it right there?
uh,
Like when you felt that, did you end it like, man, fuck this, this gotta, or did you just stay in it and try to cope with it? Well, you was married.
initially, like, man, I would say, like initially, I was like, man, fuck this shit. I don't want nothing to do with this.
Mm.
I don't want nothing to do with this. And then it was my mom, who was basically like, well, you know how you was raised. Saying you was raised with by a single mother. Your father wasn't there, and so forth and so on. And I'm like,
So do you really think she was being the voice of reasoning, like your mom in that situation, or
I think she was speaking from a.
from a good place?
I can't say she was speaking from a good place because
Mm-hmm.
I don't think at looking at it now, like the verbiage that she basically laid down to me and stuff like that, it sounds good and stuff like that, but like I was never not going to be a father to my children.
So no matter what would have happened, you was still going to be 10 toes. You
I
still going to
was
pull up, be the dad, be available, all the things, all the boxes and shit. No matter what, you know, son, bro. I know a lot of dads that feel that same way, dog. And I'm not trying to say it to be biased. A lot of men that like, look, realistically, I don't need y'all to be a father. I don't need y'all approval or nothing. It'll probably help me more if y'all got the fuck out the way. If we been 100. I know a lot of fathers that think like that. Do you think that has come from us trying to prove our past wrong, or is it trying to prove ourselves right? If you had to lean towards one of the two,
um
like, am I trying to
definitely
prove my? You got me. Okay.
uh definitely, man, prove that I can be better than what my father was to me.
What was the motivation for the future, or was the motivation coming from the past?
Oh, it was definitely it was. I would say that it was really more on my trauma of not having a
Okay.
father and
So
stuff
coming
like
from the
that.
past, I got you. I got you.
And
You couldn't stand seeing yourself even resembling your dad to your kids.
yeah, nah,
Mm.
nah, nah.
Have you spoken? You got boys, 15. How old is the youngest one?
12.
So 12, 15 and 12. Is this a good age so far? Have you spoken to those young men about, you know, about like your past and why you parent the way you parent, and what you know what I'm saying, your expectations as young men?
Yeah, we have had those conversations. Just letting them know, like, man, that how I wasn't blessed to basically to have my father in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And regardless whether they believe that they're not here by choice or by their own choice, but by the actions of me and their mother, it's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like, man, you could definitely be of most victims. You know what I'm saying? Either don't want these things to happen to other people, or they don't have no problems reacting, what they experience. Because again, hurt people. You know what I'm saying? And like, why should someone else have the luxury to basically to have me when I didn't have it and stuff like that?
Oh, okay,
You know,
okay.
is I mean, it's a lot of dudes out there. It's a lot of parents, guardians that's out there that had that mentality and stuff like that.
Facts,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
facts. What's something you think people overlook about being a father? not just a parent, you know what I'm saying, but that male perspective. It's like people don't really understand. It's something that needs to be talked about more amongst like what fathers have to do in order to be considered good fathers, but people don't talk about it.
Man, do you know, to be honest with you, so I'm in therapy right now.
Oh, that's fire.
But one of the things that we haven't got to it yet, but I actually had a conversation with another good homie of mine, and we, fatherhood and stuff like that. And you know, I was like, man, when I look at me being a father now, and like, do I think I'm a great father? Do I think that I have room and improvement? For sure, always. Like this is a everyday, this is a lifelong journey of being a father and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if I had to be transparent, I really wish that I had people around me that would have basically been like, man, before you had kids, man, go to therapy.
Oh, damn.
Go to therapy.
How much as somebody that's in therapy, scale 1 to 10, how much do you think therapy has? How long have you been in therapy?
This go around probably like 2-3 months at this point.
But totality.
I've probably been going on and off maybe like 3 to 5 years.
So 3 to 5 years. How much of an impact has that therapy had for you? Like, do you see as money well spent? Because from what I'm hearing that it's overlooked how much mental trauma fathers have to, juggle. And it's not like mine is more important than yours, but it's definitely saying that this part right here is not talked about enough, how important it is before. Because you didn't say, most people say get married first before you have a kid. Bro, you just said go to therapy before you consider having kids. Go to therapy first.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That is something that I've never heard before, which I think so too. I think once you hit adulthood, or not even adulthood, but once you start making decisions for yourself, or that can affect other people. Once you start, like, not your parents making a decision for you, but once you outside of phone bill, like house and job and where I'm living at, yeah, you should probably be in therapy at that time. Just to prep you for life and society, to, get you in a good headspace. Because, again, people don't talk about it, bro. Like how early you should start therapy. People wait until somebody else tells them to go. Or it's to a point where it's unbearable. And it's like, nah, this shit should probably just be a part of, like, transitioning into adulthood. That's what I'm getting from what you're saying.
Yeah,
Does that sound about right?
Yeah, it's almost like financial literacy. Like,
yeah.
like it's something that, that's not, talked about. You have to learn by, trial and error.
Yeah.
Say at least in our demographic or our communities and stuff like that.
You're right. It is trial and error, 100%. Like, you got to do it. That's kind of spoken what you said earlier or whatever. Like, let fall on their face on their own, and you figuring out how you want to adjust to it, and then come to me and see if I can help you versus me trying to save you from doing it. I ain't God. Like, you want to have to figure out with God and then come holler at me. I got you. Man, listen, man. Nah, man, listen. We done spanked this joint, dog. That's 25 minutes. Hey, man, again, man, I appreciate everybody for tuning in for this 25 minutes, man. I got more episodes coming, though. But again, my man, Twin Pet, man, for spending that time with me, man, giving me your perspective of that fatherhood. Hey, this is another episode of Papa Voice, man. I'll catch y'all next time. Yo.